What is up, everybody? This is Tribeman now, and welcome back, or welcome if you are new to the channel. And before we get started today with the video, I just wanted to address something. I plan on doing a Q&A mobile box opening session within the next week or two. It's just going to be something simple like 150 or even just 100. You know, it's going to be mixed, it's going to be bronze, it's going to be silvers, golds, platinums, diamonds, whatever. And, you know, the reason I'm mentioning this is because I've seen some of you, after I've mentioned it in my recent mother box opening for Black Manta, you know, a lot of you have started asking, doing hashtag Q&A and asking questions, and I'm like, okay, you know what? This is a good way to do it. So if you know you have questions, just put hashtag Q&A and then ask a question, and I don't know how many questions I'll take during the Q&A. I guess I'll take as many as I can as I do the mother box opening. And I'm going to be doing this intro here. It's gonna be a repeat in each video, like this one. And it's gonna be in this one, then it's gonna be in the next one, because you know those people who you know, some people like watching my linked gameplay. Then there are others that come here from my top 5s and 10s. Then there are some here that are only here for the mother box openings. And then there are some that are here for a mix of them or all of it. And you know, I don't say it a lot, but I want to thank all of you for watching whenever you watch. Really appreciate it. So yeah, this is probably going to be in the next videos probably in the next week or so. Maybe not even a week, I don't know yet. But I just wanted to address it, and if you got any questions, just put hashtag Q&A. I am only going to be taking one question per person though. So make sure you ask the question you want. Anyways, let's get into the video.
Shouldn't you be riding a dolphin?
That attitude will cost you, Damien.
I'll have my father write a check.
Begin.
What is up, everybody? This is Tribeman now, and welcome back, or welcome if you are new to the channel. In the day, we are going to be talking about the top 3 Rushdown characters. For those of you that don't know what a Rushdown character is, they're basically a character that are just extremely good at up close, and they've got almost no zoning capability. And when I say that, I mean they have almost none. To him, they have at least one capable ability of being able to zone out or just tap something for distance. And today we're going to be talking about who I believe are the top 3. Starting the list out at number 3 is Black Canary. And trust me when I say this list is very close, because all the Rushdown characters are great in their just in almost every way. And I feel like the only reason she is so far down the list, in terms of being on the bottom of the top 3, is she takes a bit to get going. Like, I don't know how to really describe it. I just find when it comes down to it, whether I'm fighting her or playing her, I've got to get a bit of momentum compared to the others to get started. And otherwise, when she gets started, I think she's the greatest threat other than maybe number 1. And that's just because of number 1's pressure game. But yeah, I mean, she's good. She can do some really good resets. Really good movement. Definitely can confuse everybody. Able to evade a lot if you know how to play her. But enough about Black Canary. At number 2, and this is probably going to be a pick that no one was really expecting to be at number 2, but also at number 1, and that's Catwoman. I think she just has like I said, I think number 1's pressure game is what allows them to be number 1, at least in my eyes. But back to Catwoman. I think she definitely has a better time of trying to set up combos and just get some high damage in, especially compared to Canary. Her combos just seem like they're better and can basically attack you from any angle, whether it be an overhead, a high, a low, or mid. And then unlike, I would say she's probably got the biggest distance of all of the Rushdown characters because of that whip. And then that trait just lets you add on some really good extra damage, especially if you've already done a really high damaging combo.
I'm the future of crime fighting.
And unlike a lot of them, she has a really good counter, air counters. So yeah, that's definitely why she's at number 2, but the reason number 1, as I said, is I just think his pressure game is just too great to ignore and put down lower, and that's Robin. It's just, I don't know, whenever I'm fighting him or even playing him, he's a very simple character to learn. He really is. You just gotta nail your timing down. But because of that range he's able to get, sort of like Aquaman with his trident, that little bit of extra range just lets him have so much pressure, and if you learn how to use the bartering properly, and then his trait, it feels like your opponent, or if you're fighting him, you just have nowhere to go.
Robin wins.
And it's like you can push block him, but if he gets on top of you again, it's just going to become the same result. And there's very few openings in his combos. And then on top of that, he has a the charging ability on Wake Up has a slight invincibility flame, at least when it's starting, which annoys the living hell out of me, but it's actually really good for him at least. And, you know, we're talking about Robin just as regular Robin with the Staff of Grayson. If honestly, if he had the Staff of Grayson as his trait, he, I think, would be near unstoppable. Sorry there. Yeah, I think he would be near completely unstoppable, just because the different ways that they fight. Kind of like Wonder Woman's trait in the first game. Not, her trait isn't as good as, you know, what the Staff of Grayson is. But kind of like that, how the fighting style would change up, whether you were sword and shield, or if you just stayed out with your fist and the lasso. I mean, yeah, it's like, look on screen, look at that, it's like a completely different style of fighting. Which I really wish it was his main weapon. I wish he was just Nightwing instead of Robin. But yeah, in all honesty, his pressure game is just, it's what lets him stay on top. And that's really kind of it for the video. I was gonna put Flash in, but he has more trouble getting started, I feel, than Canary does. I think he's a really good character. I think all the Rushdown characters are pretty good. But yeah, I think Canary, Catwoman, and Flash, not Flash, but Robin, are just better than Flash. And it's just like, it's very narrow margins between the Rushdown characters. It's like they barely beat out each other by like just a slim picking. It's like with Catwoman over Black Canary, it's like her combos are easier to get going, and then she's got a little bit more range other than Canary's trait. Then the reason Robin has it over Catwoman is because his pressure game is just way better than hers. And while he doesn't have the same amount of range as she does, in general he just has better range because she has to use the whip to have that good of range. But he has his sword, so his range is just naturally good. But yeah, that's kind of it for the video. If you guys did like it, please give it a like to show you support. If you know anyone else that would like this, please share it with them so they can check it out. If you have anything to say down in the comments, like who you think is number one, put it down in the comments. Like if you have your own opinions about Flash or you know, like anyone else on the list, like, oh, Catwoman should be above Robin, or for this and this and this, and then Robin should actually be at the very bottom for this, this, and this. You know, just give your opinions and have a conversation down below. Then after all of that, if you like what you watched and you like what the channel's about, go ahead and subscribe so you can stick around. Anyways, have yourselves a good day or night, and I will see you next time. Take care.